Big move if Paris. Yes, Paris is out. Yes. Welcome back everyone to some more F1 2021 driver career mode. We are going into the Canadian Grand Prix today, and as you guys see right now, we've got an engine blowout last time out. Not quite sure what failed, they say, but I think it was the MGUK if I remember correctly. Let me find it. Alright, here we go. MGUH, sorry, my apologies. MGUH blew up, and yeah, that was a brand new component as well. We just fitted it on for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix last time out, and yeah, it combusted. So it's a bit unlucky that we lost an engine component, fresh engine component especially. We had some life in that, but yeah, we'll have to move on and maybe take some grid penalties later on, who knows. We're sitting third. Red Bull are pulling away ever so slowly, and yeah, it's not looking good for us. We need a good result today so that we bring our team back up in contentions for the constructors and drivers. So we'll have to take a look and see how well we do around Canada, because that's going to be an interesting Grand Prix and an important Grand Prix. And without further ado, we are here at the Canadian Grand Prix weekend. Let's just jump into it and see what we can pull out of the bag here and hopefully redeem ourselves after DNF last time. Welcome everyone to the qualifying session of the Canadian Grand Prix. Of course, we are going for possibly a Q3 appearance. We're going to strive for that today. Solid circuit for us, and yeah, there are many places that we have to watch out for, especially the Wall of Champions. We like to collide there if we are not careful enough, so we got to make sure we don't hit the Wall of Champions, and otherwise I think we're in good shape. P10 or so in FP1, mainly because I ran the mediums during that session. Really solid laps on the medium, so I think medium tire is the way to go. And then in FP2, we set P1 just ahead of Sergio Perez by a couple hundredths, as we did the qualifying pace program. The qualifying pace program said I'll be around P11, so we failed it a couple times, but I'm not quite sure if that is a reasonable expectation. If that is, that means that the AI is so broken that during practice they're very slow, and then during qualifying they're buffed, and then when it's race day they go back down to being very slow. So I'm not sure what I can make of that information. We'll see. But yeah, without further ado, we're just jumping into it then. The power unit that I'm using is a second column, except for the MGUH that combusted last time out. Of course, we're going to jump back to the first column there for that one. So I think we should have some relative good pace. One thing I also will mention is that race day is going to be pouring rain for the start of the session, and then it's going to start to die down. So we may end up going to intermediates, and then from intermediates to the dry compound tires. So maybe the softs or the mediums are the way to go. So without further ado, let's just jump into it and see what kind of lap we set in qualifying. Coming up to the Wall of Champions, let's get this turn right. It's okay, could have done better there, but we got a decent exit out of there. We set P8. My thumb did slip during one of the turns, so I'm not surprised. So we'll go again after a cooldown lap. See how many more positions we can gain here. Oh, great exit out of there this time. 5/10 improved. That brings us up to P6. Marvelous lap. Not the best, not the fastest, but decent enough to see us into Q2, I believe. So let's move on. And by the end of the session, we said P8, not too bad. Only 4/10 off the pace of Max Verstappen, who gets fastest. Mazepin, Raikkonen, Schumacher, Giovinazzi, and Latifi get knocked out. Moving on to Q2. Let's see what happens there. I've been giving Bottas a little bit of a slipstream here, but let's see where I sit. I sit P7. Not the greatest of laps, but oh well. We'll have to take it. Bottas is P3 after giving him the slipstream effect. Alright, 6/10 improved. What a lap. Focusing very hard on this one. Only P8 though. Despite setting the fastest sector 1. Only P8. I've just fallen outside the top 10, so this lap is what's going to count. Should be through to the next round, but yeah, it's unlucky that we can't start on the mediums. Or, doesn't matter anyway. I'm such an idiot. Doesn't matter because it's going to be wet. Yeah, so P10... Oh, Oh, no, never mind. I'm P8. Okay, P10 was Carlos Sainz on the mediums. Doesn't matter what tire we start on because it's going to be wet. I'm such an idiot. So good thing we kept going on the softs at the final stages of the Q2. Aitken, Ocon, Russell, Zhou, and Bottas are out. Ooh, Mercedes is out. Bottas, what is up with you? Why are you down there? Anyway, let's move on to Q3, see where we place for the race. Not the greatest exit out of the Wall of Champions, but we'll take it for now. We're up only one position into P9. Let's calm things down a bit. Let's cool this car down. Okay, good exit. 3/10 improved. Let's see what my second lap does. P7. Okay.
That's put you into P7, fourth row of the grid.
P7, not bad. Not bad. Let's go in again. Yeah, qualifying has been immensely difficult. Only improving by a couple hundredths. I think I'm staying P9. It is what it is, but it's wet weather racing, so we'll see if we can make up for it on race day. I mean, it's season 4. What do you expect? The AI is going to be absolutely broken, and that is the case here. I can't stay competitive against these guys. Absolutely cannot. 7/10 off the pace of Max Verstappen. And Carlos Sainz P2, though. That's a good sign from Ferrari. But we'll see if we can catch up to the front of the pack on race day. It's going to be wet, as I just mentioned, so let's see what happens on race day.
Hello and welcome to the Ile Notre Dame once again for what promises to be another incredible Canadian Grand Prix at a fiercely competitive circuit, where pole position can often be decided by less than 1/10 of a second. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and talented Spaniard Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly and Hamilton, Norris, Ricciardo, The Real Deal and Lance Stroll, Zhou, Russell, Esteban Ocon and Aitken, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher and Kimi Raikkonen. Mazepin and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, wet conditions indeed. It seems like the intermediates are good enough to start on for the start of the race. Let's see, can I lower my fuel anymore? I don't think I can. So yeah, the plan is going to be stay on the inters until the last lap, or stay on the inters for the whole race, pretty much. It's possible to do that. Let me see, maybe I should up the front arrow by 1 click, I think. Alright, let's get going. Time to see what we can do on the inters. I don't know if it's inters time yet. It looks more like wets, but we'll see. We're off. Slow getaway. Oh my god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, made it through safely. That was dangerous from the Aston Martin. Just dive bombed into rear of Norris, was it? I don't know. Oh god, I can't see much. Oh god, sorry guys, I'm concentrating so much on the road. Oh yeah, yeah, this is difficult, this is difficult. Oh, it is definitely wet conditions. But I guess we went on the inters because the track was going to dry up anyway. Okay, dove it on the McLaren, and we got P6. Let's keep pushing then. I feel confident here. 2 Red Bulls in the front. I need to hurry up and get close to Sainz to help him out. And put pressure on the Red Bulls. How is I exceeding track limits? You're kidding me. Alright, I got a good run on Tsunoda here. I'm going to dive it on the inside. And there we have it. P5 right now. Right behind Gasly and Sainz and Verstappen. Perez is slightly running away with it, so let's keep pushing here. Good. Oh my god. That was dangerous. I was locking up badly through there. Alright, let's set something up against Gasly on the long start-finish straight there. Oh, dove it on Gasly. Thank you very much.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Nice. Thank you very much. It was more like I locked up badly, so I had to take evasive maneuvers, and then that turned out to be a dive bomb. Alright, we'll take that. We will take that indeed. Yes, clean. Oh, fastest lap as well. Thank you very much. Wet Weather Maestro is coming to play now. Move aside, little kids. Time for the big boys to come and play. Dove it on my teammate there. Whoo! Good. Alright, let's try to get close to Verstappen and Perez. These two guys are our enemy. Come on. Alright, we're good, we're good. Who was that? Tsunoda? Norris stole my fastest lap. Oh, what a dive on Verstappen. I set that up nicely there. Oh, that was some focus and determination to get past Verstappen there. Alright, P2, let's get Perez. Hey, fastest lap, let's go.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Stole it from Perez as soon as he crossed the line. We're getting faster and faster. The track is also drying up, which is a good sign. Let's catch Perez, please. Another fastest lap shortly. Yes, we do. Latifi's out. Okay, Latifi's out. Is that a safety car? No, he's stuck on the hairpin. I think there might be a safety car. No, they cleared out the car immediately. Okay. That was rapid from the marshals. We're ever so slowly climbing the table here, closer to Perez. We've cut that delta down from 3 seconds to 1.8. Almost 2 seconds, yeah. Let's go, let's go. Keep pushing on Perez, come on.
Green flag.
Oh, someone is retiring behind us. Seems like Verstappen has a problem, no? Yeah, Verstappen disappeared from the radar.
Strategy is available on the MFD.
I don't care about your strategies, mate. Is that a retirement from Verstappen? I think so. There's still a yellow flag around Verstappen. Yes, it is. Verstappen's out. That is good news for Ferrari. If we maintain this position, we gain a lot of points. Significant points against Red Bull. Closing the gap on them. I think we've got another fastest lap on our hands here. I'm catching Perez. Yes, it is. Another fastest lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
It really levels out the playing field this rain, doesn't it? Alright, we're in the slipstream of Perez. I don't think I can get a move done before the Wall of Champions, can I? Oh, wow. Move at the Wall of Champions. What a move. And it was clean. What? That is marvelous. It's one of the greatest overtakes I've done, I think. It was vital, too. Rain is going to stop in about 10 minutes time, so it's good to stay ahead of Perez. Alright, P1 and fastest lap. This is looking very solid for us, very solid. As long as my teammate gets up here in P2 with us, like right behind me, that would be very good. Alright, we're coming up to the back bunker of Kimi Räikkönen. Unlucky, mate. Thanks for letting me through. Perez are... Oh god, I locked up. Okay, they allowed me to do that. Okay, we're back at it. Weather report.
This rain should be stopping anytime soon. The dry line will come in quickly, so don't waste any time getting back up to speed. Inters look like the best tyre for now.
Okay, Looks like Perez is retiring as well.
Green flag.
Double luck here today. Big move if Perez. Yes, Perez is out. Yes. Thank you. The game wants a very tight run for the championships this season. Yes, this is mega. 2 DNFs. After my rant last episode about how DNFs only happen to me, I stand corrected. The game has heard my calls. The FBI agent in my computer has given me the savior. He has written in a code that gave me some help. Thank you. Teammates in the pits. Alright, so people are pitting now for new inters. Okay, everyone's in. Minus Gasly, who I think pitted earlier, like a lap earlier. But considering Jeff did say that the dry line's gonna come quickly, I'm gonna risk it and stay out on these inters, because I still have some grip on them. And wait for the dry stint to come. Alright, Gasly with the undercut. Did very well. He's up into P2. Oh my, and just like that, I'm about to lap half the field. Ocon in P10 is right here. And just like that, yep, we've just lapped half the field. Goodness me. My driving's elite here. And my strategy call is elite too. Oh, 61% wear on the rear left. That is borderline dangerous territory, but if we do end up hitting for new inters, it wouldn't matter because we're still well ahead of our teammate who's in P2. Yep, and just like that, we keep going. I think the dry stint is coming relatively soon, maybe in like maximum 5 laps time, I think.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Oh, new strategy. Confirm.
Okay, copy that.
Okay, DRS is enabled. I think we're going in now. Box this lap.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Okay, we have reached a very dry stay. Oh boy. Yeah, I think we're ready for softs. I'm gonna go on use softs. 70% wear, are you kidding me? Box this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Okay, going on to use softs. I don't think we've worn out the softs too much, so we should be in decent shape. Let's see, give me a good pit stop. 2.8, of course. Okay, 4% wear, not too bad. We can see out the rest of the Grand Prix on these. We're gonna go 8 laps anyway. 9 laps, yeah, 8 laps.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Let's go. We're gonna be a full minute ahead, man. Full minute ahead. That is how OP we are in the wets. I mean, that's the one pit stop we didn't do, right? We did one less pit stop than the AI, so that's why we get 1 full second. Yeah, very solid. Tsunoda's still going. Interesting. I'm not used to this. Oh no. I just realized I didn't change my front wing. That's fine, that's fine. Oh, fastest lap. Hold on. Fastest lap even with a pit stop? Really? I just said a fastest lap with a pit stop. What? How is that possible? Does that work? Wow. I am most surprised. Is DRS even on? I feel like I should get DRS off Raikkonen there. Not quite sure. Ooh, a lot of people are setting fastest laps right now. Let me see if I get a fastest lap here. Box this lap.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
I want that fastest lap. I want that fastest lap. I'm going to pit for new softs and also change the front wing allocation, or like the angle of it. Let's see. 2.6 seconds. Alright, not bad, not bad. Still well ahead of our teammate Carlos Sainz, so we should be in good shape here. We should be able to heat these papers up and then go for one flying lap at the end. Yeah, they're only 4% worn as well, so it's good. Surely I should get some DRS here, no? Huh. Is this track broken? I should be getting DRS off Raikkonen. I was within 1 second here. The blue flags means I'm within 1 second. Most bizarre indeed. Alright, not the greatest exit, but let's punch it and go for it. Fastest lap attempt, here we go. Good that it's a purple sector 1. Oh, so much focus going into this one, guys. Solid Grand Prix, by the way. Come on, is this a purple sector 2? Purple sector 2 is what we need. Good. Oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm feeling good about this one. I think we can get a fastest lap here. Fastest lap overall.
The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 7.3.
1 minute 7.3. Can I beat it with a corner cut as well? Ooh, close. Did I get it? I don't know.
Superb driving. That's the race win.
That's it then for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take a sublime victory here today. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Oh dear, did Carlos Sainz miss out on P2 just in the final moments? Oh dear, Gasly overtook him. Well, I'll take that. I'll take a P1 finish after a strong wet stint and then a rapid attempt at a fastest lap at the end. I wonder if I got it. Let's see. I think it's fair that I did not get it. You can see here that I did not get it. It's a 107.347, my fastest lap, and Lando Norris was about 200ths faster. If I didn't make that mistake at the Wall of Champions, I think I would have gotten a fastest lap, but yeah, sadly we couldn't make it happen. And I think it's fair considering I did cut the corner. I did get a warning for it, and usually the game allows you to finish the lap and get the fastest lap, but in real life that would be wiped anyway. But yeah, I'll take that. A P1 finish, very strong finish from us. Gasly and Sainz on the podium alongside us. Norris, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Stroll, Bottas, Ricardo, and Zhou in the top 10 points. Ocon, Aitken, Russell, Giovinazzi, Schumacher, Mazepin, and Raikkonen finished the grid, with Perez, Verstappen, and Latifi not finishing the race today. Solid result with both Red Bulls crashing out today. Let's take a look at the standings then. We should close the gap a bit. Yes, only 16 points away from Max Verstappen and only 1 point away from Sergio Perez. Carlos Sainz is on level terms with Gasly. If he had won P2 today, he would have been ahead of Gasly in P6, but he sits in P7 for now. Constructor standings wise, we've closed the gap a slightly, 51 point gap now. I think it was somewhere around 80 or something before the Grand Prix started, 90, something like that, 91 I think. So yeah, that's great to see. AlphaTauri jumping both Mercedes and McLaren to get P3. What a showing from them. It's a real Red Bull powertrain dominance here this season with Ferrari in the mix. We'll see how this progresses as we continue to other Grand Prix. Absolutely stunning result today with both Red Bulls failing to finish the Grand Prix and we secure P1. Very solid racing in the wet conditions, have absolute amazing pace. The playing field gets leveled during the wet stint, so that was great to have a wet stint finally in the season so that we can catch up to the Red Bulls. The Red Bull powertrain department, the durability is not looking good for them right now. The durability was not good for them today. They both crashed out, so that really helped us out today. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going and continue to fight against the Red Bulls as we get closer to the end of the season. I mean, we're almost halfway through, and right now this was a stunning result, a stellar result to keep the championship fight exciting. yeah, I'm very close to Verstappen and Perez in the driver standings, and I think as a team we've done very well to stay competitive with the Red Bulls and the constructors. So we'll see if we can keep the pace up and try to defeat them in the coming Grand Prix. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We're moving to France next time. We're going to Paul Ricard, a great circuit to race around for the controller player. I think I really enjoy that circuit, so let's hope that we can finish that one as well. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe using the red button down below, hit the notification bell as well so notified as soon as I upload next. More F1 content will be going up on the regular, and driver career mode will continue to go up until we enter F1 22, so please be sure to be subscribed so you don't miss out. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys in the next Grand Prix.